In my early days as a vocal coach, I took on this young student. Her mom was my boss at the library, and she asked me if I could do something, anything, with her daughter's voice. All the teen had ever wanted to do was sing, yet her mother's description of her vocal talents was not encouraging. Mom told the tale about how the kid had been in theater since she was little, but was destined for backstage and set design, and she described her daughter's voice as two cats fighting in a sack. Still, the child was passionate, so she thought she'd let her have her fun. Well, was this person destined for a life of driving her family crazy and tone deafness? Well, her mother sure seemed to think so. And there's a lot of debate about where musical talent comes from. Are you born with it? Is it something you can learn? There's also debate as to whether or not it's worth the time of the everyday person to practice the musical arts, or whether it's just for those select nerdy few. So let's break down these questions. Can anyone sing? Should anyone sing? Well, a lot of people think that musical talent is just a matter of genetics. You're born with it or you're not. And there are a lot of things about genetics that contribute. Doctorate student Daniel Yome and classmates did a study that with the Melbourne School of Psychological Sciences, it showed molecular evidence that was present in humans and also in songbirds. So it does suggest a genetic element. And the occurrence of untrained adults with high singing pitch accuracy also supports this. And then Sean Hutchins, postdoctoral researcher at the International Laboratory for Brain, Music, and Sound, we did a study, and in his study, 40 to 62% of people he tested were poor singers, as in they could not match a tone with any accuracy. Well, that seems pretty damning, but all the studies that I've listed have showed the advantages in genetics, not inability without them. And if half of people can't readily sing, it means half can easily sing, just getting tested randomly. Compare that to shooting a basketball or hitting a bullseye. Out of trained skills, the fact that half of people can do it easily, that says something. And according to Isabel Peretz of the National Center for Biotechnical Information, only 4% of people actually have congenital amusia, or tone deafness. And it's also important to note that the ability to sing in a way that sounds good and pleases others, that's only a tiny piece of what music is. It's only one of the things that music is used for, but we'll get to that more in a bit. Well, there's also arguments that you can only learn it when you're young, when you're a little kid, and it does give you an advantage. Hearing music from an early age contributes to pitch accuracy, your tone accuracy, and the ability to match the tone of somebody's sound. And exposure to many different styles of music allows you to have a wider musical vocabulary, as in different things that you can bring in to your musical styling. But many people whose parents can't play or carry a tune, or who didn't listen to a lot of music growing up, grow up to be amazing musicians. It can be harder won and takes slower practice, but you can get just as good as the musicians trained in childhood. And children are growing new brain cells, so when they're learning music, some of their new brain cells are dedicated to their instrument. Adults, however, can learn music by using the brain cells we already have. We just create new connections between them, or synapses. Scott Hawkins, a piano teacher in Silver Spring, Maryland, said that raw talent is the lowest factor contributing to success. He says that the key factors are attitude, patience, and discipline. And most importantly, according to Dr. Hutchins in the Journal of Experimental Psychology, it's a self-fulfilling cycle. The main contributors to folks who can't do music is not doing music. They're bad, so they don't practice, and then that reinforces the gap between them and the other musicians. Well, also, some folks think that music is not critical to life, that it's just a topping or a dessert. They think that it's a waste of money in schools. A large segment of the public discourse argues that it's a frivolous pursuit and a waste of money. They want to prioritize hard facts in school like math. when actually students who are musically trained, well, they actually have higher standardized test scores compared with their non-musical peers. And schools that offer music programs, well, they've got a 90% graduation rate and a 93% attendance rate. Compared that to schools who don't, 72% graduation rate and 84% attendance rate. It makes a significant difference. There's so many other great reasons too to have music in your life. I could just go on. For one, music making is 100% free. Every human comes equipped on the day that they are born with hey now, stay with me. With a melodic instrument and a rhythm instrument. And formal music education is not necessary to learn. There's online tutorials, practice groups, volunteer teachers, and more. Music is a skill that we've had ever since evolution. We've been rocking out for 250,000 years. We didn't evolve to have claws or body bulk, but we can seem like a huge, loud, scary animal with synchronized song and dance. We scare our prey and harass it until it's exhausted. It helped us get food more. And because of this, synchronized motions and sounds give us dopamine and stress relief. Not only that, but musics have always been pivotal in rituals, particularly in our spirituality. Anthropologist Dissanayake writes that music has been, since the dawn of prehistory, a tool to help us make sense of the world and to cope with life transitions such as coming of age, bonding with life mates, and tragedy and even death. We also use it for self-expression, for bonding, and for rearing our children. According to Thomas Schaefer in Frontiers of Psychology, a strong voice is a sign of a healthy mate. Not healthy meat. And we use it in bonding and in breeding. And mothers sing to their children, their voices deepening the emotional bond between the two. Music also contributes to social cohesion. We're cooperative animals. Doing a dance and song is a good practice of coordinated activity to test whether we humans are ready to take down a woolly mammoth or band together to put out a fire. Not only that, it helps your body and your brain. It's a therapy tool. Music causes complex motions in your brain, and so it can help you promote healing growth. Music can improve your working memory and recall. It can help you on high performance tests. It can keep you having cognitive attention in long-term focus tasks. It reduces your anxiety, blood pressure. It can decrease pain. It can improve sleep quality. Man, is there anything music can't do? So it seems pretty clear. You don't even need to be a talented musician to gain a lot of the benefits of music. And if you do want to improve, remember that screechy, hopeless student of mine? She lived and loved her music for the next 6 months, and she got top scores at citywide competition and was 2 points away from going state. I always say, if you can breathe, you can sing. And as long as you're still breathing, you should. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and get out there and make some music.